February 21st, 12:03 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and upload a few, maybe all of them, and just get it all over with. The I'm eating these things, so I coughed up. All of the Heroes of New York games that I have sitting on my computer that are just eating me because I need to. Something I should have done a while ago, so it'll be done now. And two news stories came to mind. One is titled "From Senators to Animals." A lawmaker who fell from grace, now working as a vet. Basically, there was a senator named John Ensign from the state of Nevada. You know, everything's good, good. Well, turned out he was having an affair with one of his, I guess, employees, or I don't know, for many years or something like that. But he had a wife, had a family. It all came out to the public eye, and he resigned. I guess of shame, of like, I guess he made a mistake. You know, like that happens frequently. Actually, it happens with politicians where they have like these sexual things going on. Even previous president, President Clinton. Wow, like you know, like you thought it'd be a good idea for to have sex in the Oval Office, like with one of his interns. Anyways, so that's that. I'll post that in the description if anyone wants to read it. Very interesting. So, prior to him being a senator, he was a veterinarian, a person who works with a doctor who works with animals. It's called a veterinarian. So, after he resigned, he started to work as a veterinarian again. I can't pronounce that word properly. Well, that's just a little interesting article about that. It's not that good, actually. It's okay. I mean, it's on CNN, so... Okay. And another one is very interesting. This one's titled, "Sorry America, your wireless airwaves are full." And this is very interesting. I've thought about this for a while, and it's been up and about. Where's my phone? The more people who get phones like this, and as technology grows, where for me to use this phone, there's a requirement of more. There's more data. There's more bandwidth required for me to operate this phone. That system, these airwaves. Well, they're regulated by the government, but there's a limit to them. Like for instance, everything that's on this phone, it relies on certain frequencies that are regulated by the government. That eventually, it's kind of like think of this cup. If I pour a lot of stuff into it, it'll fill up. And that's how these airwaves work as well. There's a limit to them, apparently. And certain companies have more bandwidth than others because it was decided back in the 90s. And certain companies, like let's say Verizon Wireless right now, it's coming to a point where they don't have any more space. So they're trying to purchase more space. There's a company called Dish Network, which has a lot more space than every other company because it doesn't use as much of its own space. And basically it mentions that the two most, they use the word spectrums, but I like to use the word frequency. It's a little bit more understanding for me, at least. It mentions that the two spectrums, the two frequencies that are ultimately the best, are given to government agencies like the Department of Defense, and also TV broadcasting stations, because of, I guess, the nature of television. Television is a milestone in America, maybe the world. It was just now you can say the internet is in a way what television was at some point, give or take some pros and cons, but it's all there. So it's not something that's gonna happen immediately. It's an issue that in the near future is going to be a problem, because the growth, the bandwidth, like something in the 90s, they didn't imagine that there would be such a thing as a phone that would, I don't know, it just requires so much for me to use this phone. Like I can go on the internet, I can watch all the YouTube videos, I can watch anything I want to watch on this phone. I can also call somebody. I have a GPS on the phone. I have, and then not to mention all these applications that are flooded and created and created and created, and people, you know, I keep my phone pretty basic. Like I make jokes with a friend, you know, like you have all these applications and you just, it's such a waste. I don't know. For me, it's such a waste of time. All these little applications. They're just so. You go to. I was at a store the other day, Express, and they have their own application for the store. So when you go to the store, I don't know, there's a little barcode and you scan it, and it gives you all these discounts that otherwise you would not have been able to know if you didn't have this application on your phone. Or it's just all it's so complicated. I don't know if it's necessary. It's like you say, some people, you know, decide for themselves, but it's not such a necessary thing for me to spend some time and energy on that. But you know, there's things that I spend time and energy on that people would say that it's not a good idea either. So I'm not in a position or a place to judge anybody. Okay, so these are the two most, well, not the two most important news, but it's interesting. You know, more and more I find myself reading less news and just, well, like I kind of get a gist of what's happening. I mean, just, you know, I mean, among other things, woohoo, Greece, good news for Greece. Eurozone approves new $173 billion bailout for Greece. That's good. I was worried about Greece. You know, I don't know. I was worried. I don't know anything about what was happening, but it just seemed like it was a lot of bad things were happening. Okay, that's it. I'm going to just upload all these Heroes of New York games.